a living room request. This request is from Thomas. It is the unrecorded operetta
Kavalier Jack. Who's going to have a few numbers from this. This is what you might call a tramping song or a trotting song in the very old sense of the word. He's got his rucksack, he's got his walking stick, and, you know...
You get that sense.
I think you're going to get the impression.
You get that sense. It's jolly. Drei Wanderburschen ziehen durch die weite, weite Welt, weil's ihnen so gefällt und weil sie ohne Geld, sie klopfen mit Verlaub bei den reichen Bauern an und fragen freundlich dann, wo man was essen kann. Sie schlafen des Abends im Heu und wandern des Morgens aufs Neu. Trab, 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 mit dem Ränzel und Wanderstab. Wenn die Drossel pfeift und die Primmeln blühen, dann muss ich weiter die Landstraße ziehen. Trab, 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 sag dem Liebchen Ade und hau ab. Dann geht's wieder bergauf, bergab. Trab, trab, trab. Du schönes Mägdelein, rot wie Kirschen ist dein Mund. Du sagst gewiss nicht nein, küsst dich der Vagabund. Halt nur dein Herzchen fest, ehe du's denkst, bist du mein Schatz. Ich flieg zu dir ins Nest, als dein verliebter Spatz. Sie schlafen des Abends im Heu und wandern des Morgens aufs Neu. Trab, 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 mit dem Ränzel und Wanderstab. Wenn die Drossel pfeift und die Primmeln blühen, dann muss ich weiter die Landstraße ziehen. Trab, 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 sag dem Liebchen Ade und hau ab. Dann geht's wieder bergauf, bergab. Trab, 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 mit dem Ränzel und Wanderstab. Wenn die Drossel pfeift und die Primmeln blühen, dann muss ich weiter die Landstraße ziehen. Trab, 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 sag dem Liebchen Ade und hau ab. Dann geht's wieder bergauf, bergab. Trab, trab, trab. Off into the distance.
I should have said the three lads, not he.
Were you thinking about that the whole time you were playing?
I thought about it at the beginning and I made a mental note.
You know what the mind can do when you're doing a performance sounds so very I will never ever get over the feeling of feeling pompous when I say the word performance. Ever since I was walking along with a soprano, we were about to do an opera together that evening.
Yeah.
And we were walking along in Clapham.
Yeah.
And she said, "When does the performance start?" Or I said, "When did the performance start?" And this guy behind us, when the performance starts,
He's Irish.
He was, and he was ripping the 4 letters out of us, and I thought, yeah, that does sound incredibly pompous if you were to overhear it. I'm not telling it with quite the theatricality of the moment, because people might think that I'm making some sort of judgment either way, but it was funny, and I can't say. But anyway, when you're performing, you can think all sorts of things all the way through.
You're Irish.
You think the other things, but you can think at the same time. I mean, so many levels. It's like
so many levels.
It's so many levels. It's like if when people are doing some roadworks and you see a cross section of all the different things that have been there, especially in London, you got like cobblestones, 2 different layers of of like tarmac, 50s
People think,
tarmac,
you're just focusing on the
cobbles,
pure intentions
bricks,
of the composer for the performance.
Sand, Roman bit, you can have all the things.
I have to say that I was thinking about these guys and getting the food and going to the farms and I was there, and that's why I played this instrument, and that's why we dressed like this. If you haven't seen this before, this is the contra guitar.
So
Patricia, just stand up and we'll take the thingy.
Oh yes. Please make that face.
And that is the 18-string contra guitar. This particular one
all the strings. Sorry,
I'm getting it right. Particular one was made in Germany after the war. So you got your regular guitar here, roughly in tune. And then you have 12 descending chromatic bass strings.
Try to make a face for each one.
And you don't fret those. You don't play those with your left hand, but they do allow you to play harp-like open bass notes, which can be long, or they can be short, or they can be medium. Or any combination of in between, and therefore that allows that sort of almost duet style that one can play on a regular 6-string guitar.
It enables you to be a band.
You can just add the bass as a bit low.
You can if your tuba player is being troublesome, or your double bass player, you can just fire them and have this instead. You're like, sorry, I'm firing you. I'm just replacing you with my thumb.
Yeah, it does stretch one's right hand out quite a lot though. So if you're not doing it frequently, you're gonna get cramp. And I was cutting that hedge, which you can't see, out there the other day. It took me 4 hours, and basically I was doing all acoustically unamplified, none of the electric. That's how I do mine. Electric. It's not mine. And therefore, wow, yeah. But this is the opposite to grabbing, cutting things. So maybe that's not too bad. Anyway,
physiotherapy for that.
Stick with us if you want to hear more of these very, very, very rare,
unscripted
and
nonsense,
beautifully published, competently composed music. You meant our talking. No, I was talking about music.
Carita von Horst, very interesting, very interesting.
That's such a great use of living room requests. Go to patriciahammond.com/requests, or just go in the search engine of your choice. I think Patricia Hammond living room request.
You'll come up with it. It's honestly,
you can view the whole list and make your own. £40 on PayPal.
That's true at the moment. So this is written by Carita von Horst. The operetta premiered in the mid-1920s. And first in Coburg, where she lived. She's Baroness, American. We said all of this in the previous one, but you might be watching this first. Who knows? And then it went and it played in Berlin for many performances, but nobody's recorded it. And Thomas, who has requested it, writes for this. He's a really amazing researcher, and he writes for the Operetta Research Center, which is also a website, and where he's written an entire article about Carita von Horst and Gentleman Jack, Cavalier Jack, which this is from. And he's gone and commissioned us to do 4 numbers of our choice from all the numbers that have survived from this operetta. So we've chosen 4, he's chosen 4. And so this is the second. We'll link the first, put it there. It's all very charming. And the thing is that it's got that wonderful feature of what I like in songs and in numbers. Like a song, it's in aria, it's a number, is that it's better when you do it than when you look at it. So when I looked at it, actually I was church sitting at the church I play at. I was at the organ and just sort of doing that, and I can actually play properly. And I was playing through it and going, that's okay. But then when we actually did it, it sort of comes alive in performance, and that's the sign of a good song, I think.
And Patricia's looked a lot of songs on sheet music and then played them.
Yes.
I was just going to say about this. Have you finished that topic?
Have you quite done? Yes.
This contra guitar, I forgot to mention, because it's got all the 12 basses. It does allow you to play, not that you can't play in any key on a balalaika that's got 3 strings with 2 tuned the same, but what I meant is it's got, or on a saz, which has got 3 strings, 2 tuned the same letter name.
Amazing.
It's got the ability to play a lower range of notes beyond the standard guitar, all 12.
I bet you played almost. He's got enough of a. He's got a really, really, really good knowledge of music theory and practical music theory as well as theoretical, and so he's able to go. I think I'll play that bass note.
I didn't
which
play
will
that
also
many.
work.
I was struggling a bit because I was transposing the music as well.
It's quite high actually. I can do it, but
I was just going to say, for example, we just played that really quickly within 1 minute. We played that in A major. Bum ba da dum bum 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 bum. Say we want to play it in A flat major, usually on the guitar. Well, on nice guitars, it's nice. But on most guitars, it's a bit dull. But look, if we just try and transpose it down a semitone, it's not that much different.
He's transposed it already down 4. For me. Well, for me and the medium. It's both.
Right? It's not that different.
It's not
that's the beauty of this.
Yes.
Or if you play it in G flats.
Yes, you can. Like, singers don't have to conform to the instrument. He can conform to the singers. Or as I say, the situation. The situation is, it's not necessary. I can do it in the original key. It's just that it's more pleasant with the way that the microphone works in these, and it's more intimate in a little room.
I was talking to, agreed. I was talking to a friend of ours, John Reed Torres, who has...
Amazing guy.
I don't know if he's been briefly featured on this channel or not.
He will be.
I feel like he will be soon. It's about time. But he only grasped yesterday that he said, he said, so you don't just put your fingers down and strum. I said, no, that's what most of the pluck string players. He said, yeah, because when I play with X, Y, Z, I'm not going to mention their names. He said, they say, can we play Maple Leaf Rag in G or A? They can't play it in A flat. And I said, basically, just to explain. He said, well, you've got perfect pitch. I said, it's not that. I said, I see the music on the on the score as I play. And I see my fingers like on a piano keyboard, all of your available pitches are laid out, aren't they? You can't really add any pitches.
Right.
If you're playing a standard piano keyboard, they're all there.
So you
I
feel where the fingers are when you're looking at the page.
I what I'm saying is I see the notes as if they're on the stave, and at the same time the exact pitches that I'm playing, I could play them exactly on the piano simultaneously, as I have done many times. But most people even classical guitarists, they don't tend to feel it like that. So anyway,
he's got
more
a
on
unique
that
perspective.
another time.
We all have unique perspectives.
I just haven't met very many people who play like that.
And when you do, you guys are going to have a hell of a duo.
Many jazz guitarists are very virtuosic, playing fast notes and whatever patterns and chords and stuff, but they still can't do this kind of thing. And then many classical guitarists are really good at the other sort of thing, but then they can't work it in a practical, working, theoretical sense.
It's a specific skill
I think it's because I learned to read music and to improvise music at the beginning, and that for some reason, well, not for some reason, for very particular reasons, you find far more commonly on monophonic instruments such as saxophone and clarinet, or just piano and organ, with not guitars. Right. And not mandolin. Right. And not definitely not banjos.
Pluck strings look to me such a lot of work. You got to manufacture every single pitch.
Hard. And that's part of the reason that the harp guitars and contra guitars so unpopular, because it there's 3 or 4 mental processes going on there just to make one note. You would have to
really, really, really want those pitches in order to make them.
Look at that,
from the
all
outset.
That extra luthery just to make a couple of notes.
Like when you're learning, I would think that I would imagine that if you had a piano in the household, you wouldn't be like, nah, not that.
Well,
give me this instrument, which is
taking out and about,
plucked.
taking to a tavern.
Yeah.
If you watch on YouTube, guys in Switzerland and Austria and Germany, they love these wooden tables because it also
it amplifies.
Yeah, you also, and they put
the
sometimes wood. And the zither, it's called a zither tish, or tushy.
So you're playing the table as well as you're playing everything else.
You can put the zither on the table as well. Anyway, I got rid of the zither. It's just not for me. Too quiet.
Well, somebody's restoring it now.
Right. See you all later.
No waste.
Subscribe
Thank you,
down there,
Thomas, again. We're looking forward to the next 2.
We are. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Cheers.
Cheers.